Whatever you do for work and however you make your money, if you're watching this video, it's very likely that in the next 5 years, AI is going to somehow disrupt how you do your job, how your industry functions, and how you make money to do things like pay your rent. Regardless of what it is that you do, AI is going to change your life and your livelihood. But as you watch this video right now, we're in a really interesting period where AI is far enough along developed for us to generally understand what it's good at and what it's bad at, but it's not quite so developed that it's too late for you to do anything about it. And so in this video, I'm going to explain my belief of what you can do today and over the next few years to not only protect yourself against being wiped out and replaced by AI, but actually ride the wave that's coming to make far more money than you could imagine, to have far more opportunities than you currently do, and to make sure that you and your family don't lose out on this once-in-a-generation opportunity. And to begin, we need to understand what AI is good at and what AI is bad at, because using that information, we can understand what it's going to be able to replace, who it's going to be able to replace, and who it's not going to be able to replace. And so broadly speaking, AI is very good at what I would call hard skills, right? It's good at replicating things that can be done using a system or a process or a framework. And it is systems, processes, and frameworks that are generally taught in school, generally taught in higher education, right? You go to university and you do a 3-year degree, and on the other side of that, you have a broad kind of framework, mapped out idea of how you do a certain thing. Maybe it's architecture, maybe it's accountancy, maybe it's something that doesn't begin with an A. And so if your job or your business currently relies on systems and processes and following instructions, it's highly feasible that AI could, in the next few years, replace what it is that you do. So hard skills, AI is very good at. But then there's this second bucket of soft skills: communication, empathy, understanding people, knowing how to learn and what to learn and when to learn it. And it's my belief that people who optimize for soft skills over the next few years, people who turn themselves into the most human humans, are the ones who are going to not only be protected against AI, but actually be best positioned to take advantage of the huge upsides that it's going to bring for a very small number of people. Because here's the thing, I'll hold my hands up and say, despite the fact that I've been doing business stuff for over a decade and a half, and in that time the businesses I've run have turned over millions of pounds, I don't really have a particular skill set. And what I mean by that is I don't have a degree, I don't have any formal education, I don't have any qualifications, and there's not a singular thing that I can point to as a hard skill and say, it's that thing there that I specialize in, it's that thing there that I'm very good at. Instead, I think I am very good at a very small number of soft skills. I think I have 2 skills on my side that have allowed me to do everything I've done so far in life. They are, number one, I think I'm quite good at communication. I'm good at taking complex ideas, turning them into very simple, easy to communicate thoughts, and then sharing them, whether it is in a boardroom to high-level execs who pay me lots of money to consult with their businesses, or whether it's you watching this video, right? I'm quite good, I think, at communication. And secondly, I'm good at knowing what to learn, when to learn it, and how to learn it, right? So when a new thing happens in the market, when a thing happens in the world, when I need to adapt my skill set very quickly in a very laser-focused way, I'm good at learning. Unfortunately for me, despite having no real hard skills, those 2 things alone are very hard for AI to currently replace. Knowing how to structure sentences in such a way that they are more persuasive, being able to verbally speak to other humans, being able to look people in the eye and understand body language and know what to say when, knowing how to actively listen. And then on top of all of that, having the ability to learn new skills in a very fast and efficient way means that no matter what happens, I'm kind of okay, because those 2 skills alone give me complete adaptability to change and pivot as things progress. And let me tell you, in the 16 years since I started that very first business of mine, things have changed and progressed no end. And yet all I've done is optimize for those 2 things, and they have seen me through to the point where I'm making more money now than I ever have. And I have no real concerns about AI wiping me out, because I've made myself harder to replace. And so if you're watching this video now, unless you're watching it in 5 years time, in which case we'll see whether I'm right or not, but if you're watching this right now in 2025 or 2026, you're probably still early enough to do something about this core idea that hard skills are going to become a lot less valuable and soft skills are going to become a lot more valuable. Because when anybody's computer can do 95% of the accountancy work needed for a business, the way accountants are going to win business is by being more personable, is by having a personal brand, is by being better at communication, is by learning the latest frameworks faster, when most professional services and most repeatable tasks and most industries become immediately commoditized overnight because AI can replace 80 to 90% of those standard operating procedures, what matters is humans. What matters is you. What is going to separate you from everybody else is how you communicate and how quickly you can learn new things. And we're kind of at this weird point right now where most people I speak to, probably because they're not actively learning about this stuff, they don't actually think their job's going to be affected. Everybody's living in some sort of fallacy that AI's limit is ChatGPT giving you a recipe for how to bake a cake. Or they're falling into the trap of thinking that because they're a good person, because they're an interesting person, because they like their job, or they're diligent in their job, that means that their boss won't get rid of them. That means that their employer won't replace them. That means that their clients won't stop using their business. But what you need to understand is this. There's a power law at play here where the cost of doing business is about to get so much cheaper for businesses who can deploy AI rather than humans. It's going to become so much easier for these big businesses to operate when they don't need to worry about humans causing HR headaches or having sick pay or doing things wrong or arguing back with their manager, right? Rightly or wrongly, I'm not getting into the morals of this, but big businesses are going to cut humans and replace them with AI when a task can be done repeatably. When it is a hard skill following a process, it's almost inevitable that big businesses, maybe not this year, maybe not next year, but within the next 5 years, are going to begin doing that. We're in a window of opportunity right now where you need to make a decision. You need to decide whether you actually believe anything I've just said, or whether you believe that actually humans won't be replaced, accountants won't be replaced, designers and copywriters won't be replaced, call center workers won't be replaced, surveyors won't be replaced, right? You need to decide. And if you think that humans won't be replaced, it's not my place to tell you you're wrong. There's nothing to prove I'm right. But if you think that actually this sounds like it might have merit, you need to do two things as a matter of priority in your life. You need to develop soft skills, like the ability to communicate complex ideas simply, like the ability to actively listen, like the ability to understand the nuance of body language and what people are really telling you and what you're really telling people. And then on top of that, you need to get very good at learning how to learn, knowing what it is you need to learn, when and how, in a very direct and efficient way, which, by the way, could be empowered by AI. These things aren't mutually exclusive, but my point is, if you build those two skills, you become a lot harder to replace and a lot better positioned to take advantage of wherever this AI world takes us. If you rest on your laurels, you're going to look a lot like that guy trying to sell the horse on the day the motor car was invented. You're going to look a lot like the person trying to sell ads in the yellow pages when Google came along. You're going to feel very much like the radio advert salesman in a world of Facebook ads. My point is, things change and progress. And regardless of whether I'm right or wrong, directionally, we're going to a place where AI is going to replace lots of jobs. And people with nothing but hard skills and degrees and all these things that you've worked so hard for, as good as they are, as virtuous as it is that you've done it, they're going to become a lot less valuable. And when skills are less valuable and when skills are commoditized, you will make less money. And when you make less money, your lifestyle slips. And when your lifestyle slips, life becomes less good, right? So if we reverse this all the way back to, do you want a good life? If the answer is yes, it's highly likely that learning those two things, those two soft skills, will help you. And that's it, just something to think about. Let me know in the comments if you think I'm right or wrong. I could be totally wrong on this one, but that is my belief of where we're going directionally. If you're not already, please do make sure you're subscribed. I drop a video every Sunday sharing ideas to make your life a little bit better. And if you found this one useful, drop it a little like. It helps more than you realize. See you next week.